channels, TV.com. Let's get on with the show now. We're going to Kazakhstan. That's where it's the final day of the World Para-Powerlifting Championship, and Nigeria will not leave that competition without a medal. Loveline Obiji, today, she won Nigeria's third silver medal at the Para-Powerlifting Championship in Kazakhstan. The Paralympic gold medalist, Loveline Obiji, surprisingly lost to Deng Xiumei in the over 86 kg category, with the Chinese lifting 151 kg to improve her own Asian record. Deng's gold was China's 7th as they lead the medal table with 16 overall at the end of the individual competitions. Nigeria is second with 8 medals, including 3 gold medals. Action will finish on Saturday with the first ever mixed team event, which will have 10 nations competing. So for the individual events, it's done. We're waiting for the mixed team event that will commence tomorrow in Kazakhstan. Alfred, let's talk about these guys. You look at them sometimes. I see you already smiling. There's just something about watching these special athletes that they come out there, they give their best. For instance, Oluwafemi Ayo Folashade came out there 10 minutes after she made a record. It was broken. She went back there, created a new world record.
I mean, these are golden athletes, if you ask me. Over the years, it's right that each time our powerlifters just go out there, they get the job done. They get the job over and over and again. They get this job done. They are a good man when it comes to the competition. Folashade is an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
World champion. These are the people, these are the athletes that we really need to support, and we really need to support and give them the platform to really be the best that they can be, because each time they go out, they represent you and I very well, and they've done well for themselves.
Yeah. I remember a time I spoke to Abdulaziz and Paul Kendi. They said it gives them joy when they see the able-bodied people dancing because of them. You know, they can't get up and dance. They sit on their wheelchair and they dance, but they said it gives them so much joy that they give you and I joy also. So shout out, look at it, feel the passion. The power of sports right there. Folashade told a beautiful story after winning gold for Nigeria and smashing the world record. Beautiful. See what I just talked about? Able-bodied persons dancing. So she couldn't express the joy. It was fantastic. It was beautiful. Let's go on this first break. When we come back, the president of the Para-Powerlifting Federation of Nigeria will speak to us from Kazakhstan. With this event and Kazakhstan over, what are the lessons for Nigeria? It will get our attention. Don't go anywhere. Stay.
She's still the reigning world champion, but her world record is now gone from last year in Dubai. Now owned by Zheng Feifei of China, who's in gold for now. Only one thing, one moment, one woman can prevent that, and here she is, the reigning world champion, to get her title back, to get her world record back. Oluwafemi Ayo, 150. Look at that! Look at that! She's got it! She's got it! She's got it! She's got it! World champion again! World record again! 150! Stupendous! Fantastic! Any word you want to use at all. Oluwafemi Ayo has got a world record back. She lost it 10 minutes ago. It literally doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better than her. Bozo Malayo going for a world record. Nigeria with their second gold of the championships. 2 silver, 2 bronze as well. Only China have won more gold medals, more medals full stop. Egypt and Russia also have 2 titles. China have 5, they were denied their 6th. World record lifted. Zhu Lili holds the world record from last year, from 141. Boza Malayo, the new world champion, looking to wrest it away. Big lift, 142, and the world record is hers, as well as the world title. Boza Malayo's done it. She's got the world record back that she claimed in the African Championships last year and then lost a month later. Twice over to Zhu Lili. The world record has gone to Malayo, and the world title too. It's party time.
Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Don't forget we're monitoring what's going on at the final of the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations. There was a VAR moment for Senegal, but nothing was awarded. So it's still Algeria 1, Senegal 0. Let's go to Kazakhstan. The president of the Para Powerlifting Federation of Nigeria, Queen Ubo, joins us now live on the show. Good evening, President. Welcome to Sports Tonight.
Good morning, Austin. How are you?
I know. Good. I always forget. Good morning to you in Kazakhstan. Let's talk about the World Para Powerlifting Championship. That's the World Cup for Para Powerlifting. Nigeria finished second on the medals table. What sort of events has it been so far for the country?
I would say it has been amazing for us, being that we came in with China came first, but they came in with 35 athletes. Nigeria came second with 8 gold medals, but we came in with 14 athletes. So you look at the numbers. The numbers matter a lot. And the last one we did, the category for Loveling, we still hold our world record because 2 of our athletes, which is Loveling OBJ and Precious Orji, Precious Orji holds the world record in that category with 160 kg. The Chinese girl that took the gold medal pushed 151, just 1 kg ahead of OBJ. The reason Precious could not go up to still, if you go online, it still says the world record holder for that category is Precious Orji. But Precious had an injury, so he pushed up to 143 because of the injury. Then again, that is what I'm still lamenting on, that a lot of the Nigerian athletes that came with injury. I couldn't help it because I was told and I was informed after I got to Kazakhstan.
Wow. So we need to do more for our players' welfare. So sometimes I know these athletes, they want to compete, but isn't it the work of the federation to ensure that they are in good competitive state before they travel for competitions?
Well, the mentality is that, and also the campaign. When I spoke to, because we had a section after the last day of today, before the mix, because the mix you are not involved, but I had mandated my coaches and other athletes to attend that today, because I leave today to get prepared for them, to welcome them in Nigeria. But I've asked them to attend so we can start doing that mix. But at the end of today's section, every country had a meeting together, and we were able to talk to each other to ask the minimum camping that each, let's take Russia, for example. The minimum camping that Russia had was 3 months in camp. China was in camp for the past 5 months. Para Powerlifting Federation Nigeria was in camp only 3 weeks. I was even ashamed to say it was 3 weeks. I increased it to 1 month. And everybody looked at me and think, what are you people doing to this athlete? So apart from the medical situation that is not put to place, these are our national athletes. These are athletes that represent the countries. We need to look at the campaign, the length of the campaign. The reason when I was the one that found out, because a day to the event, I'm a nurse by profession. So I told them I do the massage today. When I touched our world record holder, for example, Paul Kande, he screamed. And I'm like, why are you screaming? Was like, President, I have injury. I said, why didn't you tell us? Because if I tell, instead of you guys to treat us, which what he's saying is true, you'll drop me. And I don't want to be dropped, because if I don't make it to Kazakhstan, I won't be able to go to Olympic. So they all decided to be quiet.
Let's talk about the other good things that have come out of this competition. Aside winning 3 gold medals, what does this mean for Nigeria's representation at the 2020 Paralympics?
This World Cup that we came is like the Olympic of para-powerlifting. It was 76 countries, right? It was, the good thing is that apart from it's a mandatory that every country that has para-powerlifting has to be here, it's a good way of mixing up. It's a good way of meeting an athlete that you are going to compete against in Olympic. So know how to prepare. And all the medals we lost, from Paul Kande's class, from Precious Orji's class, from Akparakpo's class, it's a good thing that they were able to come. They lost the medals, but they still rule in that category, meaning that it's time for us to go back to Nigeria, go back to our drawing board before the next World Cup. To me, if they had gone to African, in African, they're all still the champion. In African, if we're going to Algeria, or if we're going January, that they're going to African Cup. But in the World Cup, they don't rule, but they will be meeting all these people in Olympic. It will be able, it's a good exposure for them.
So how many of our Nigerian athletes have qualified for the Paralympics?
14 of them qualified.
Wow, awesome.
14 of them qualified, because even in the table, even if you don't get a medal, right, you have to from 1 to 8 to be qualified. Okay. Each and every one of them stopped in 6.
Beautiful.
So they're very much qualified.
Nice.
Abdulaziz is still holding the world record in Commonwealth. And Abdulaziz is qualified. Precious Orji, that is still holding, is qualified. Precious Orji would have taken the bronze today, but a Russian girl who is the same 43, 143 with her. But when you do that, in that place, they now use your weight, how much you weigh, your body weight, to divide. Our own athletes weigh more than the Russian girl, so they have to give it to the Russian girl. Okay. If not, would have it.
Okay. It was good that Nigeria hosted the World Championship this year for powerlifting. Are we going to be having any such events again this year or later next year?
Why do you want me to do it now? But if you want me to, I will. I was going to come to China's live and do it and show the paper. We've been giving our paper to host the next World Cup. I'll be featuring over 40 countries.
Wow.
And 400 states in Abuja. We're hosting that from February 1st to February 8th. Nigeria has been given the bid. We won the bid. After us, other, but we are the only one hosting from African country. Beautiful. For February.
Beautiful, Queen. So that's a good way to end this conversation. I must say thank you so much. We look forward to having you and our fantastic para lifters. When they come back, we're going to have you live in the studio. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Okay, that's it. The president of the Powerlifting Federation of Nigeria, Queen Ubo Alfred, she said some good things. There are positives in this. That aside, that 14 Nigerian powerlifters have qualified for the Olympics. They have competed with some of the guys they will meet in Tokyo, and that's so good for them.
I mean, if you attend the World Championship like this, it gives you an opportunity of knowing where you stand in the table, your rating. And she just made a point that anybody that finished between 1st and 8th qualifies for the Olympics, and the least that any Nigerian got to is 6th. That means that you are playing in the Champions League. You are playing in Division 1. This is where champions play. And at that point, it means if you work hard enough, the results will just show. And it's good to know that these guys are being given the support. Even with all of the injuries that she talked about, they're still there doing their very best. And she talked about the numbers. Going with 14 athletes.
And China, 35.
And China, I mean, the difference is it's just there. We have to really commend the doggedness of these athletes, special athletes here, and really give them the support that they need.
Telling us a beautiful story. I keep telling you that it reminds us that impossible is nothing. When they step out, they're telling you to feel the power of sports. Beautiful story right there from the Powerlifting Championship. Not just the Nigerian athletes, all the athletes that's competed at that competition. They're beautiful. We love them so much. We love special athletes, and we hope that their stories will continue to be an inspiration to the world, telling you that when you're down, you cannot stay out. Let's go to the Africa Cup of Nations. What's going on there? 74 minutes already played, and it's still Algeria 1, Senegal 0. If there's any time for Senegal to do it, Alfred, it should be now.
Well, you did talk about the VAR issue and the rest of them. Just checking the Twitter thread, the referee has come under serious fire from fans. A lot of them calling. Really, a lot of those watching, I just felt that it was supposed to be a penalty, but the referee thought otherwise, looked at it and said no. They're turning the screw, they're doing all they can, but if there's any time to score, it's now. Gamesmanship at this point will come in. The Algerians will use everything in the books, outside the book, to ensure that they have the advantage, that they just keep the advantage that they have already. It's the African Cup of Nations final, and we expect all of these things to come out. It's all part of the game.
So you see some theatrics. An Algeria player is down. So it's not looking good. Some blood stains on his shirt, so it needs some medical attention. But hey, Algeria will take all of the time that they have now just to keep that lead. It's the final of the Africa Cup of Nations. It's now 76 minutes gone. Senegal, they must fight. I believe they will fight. Let's see. And this is the time to fight. I want this match to go all the way. Let's get on with the show now. Go to France, where I told you Nigeria's under-19 handball team, they're competing at the under-19 World Championships. They lost their first match, 48 to 19 points. It was a blowout win for the host. Had lost their second match to Egypt, 47 to 30. They lost today again, 42 to 30. But look, Alfred, I like this because I've been in this profession for quite some time. I love other sports. I dig into them. This is about the year where I can talk about our handball teams, age grade competition, going out for major competition. I say it's a learning curve.
It's never been this good for handball in Nigeria lately. It's nice to see them come. Yes, you might not, what this whole experience will do to the athletes, you can't quantify them now. Down the line, 5-10 years down the line, you begin to see the result of, well, because they've not in the last 10 years had the opportunity of playing the championship like this. We have a new board in the handball. In the last 2 years, they've done so much.
Busy.
You know, busy. The athletes are busy. So many
male and female teams.
So many young people are taking to the sport. It's visible. It's out there.
I watched the final of handball at the National Sports Festival. Come and see the crowd that came out to watch handball.
Handball, it has always been that exciting sport that some of us who grew up in secondary school play handball. It's one of those sports that really attract people. The question is, do we have a setup where we can really encourage and encourage and nurture the sport. It's been left in the doldrums for a while. It's nice to see them come back, and this experience will just be the foundation of which they can build. They can build on, and it's nice to see. I mean, we should not just at this point emphasize on the results so much. The next 3-4 years, we'll begin to see the results of what trips like this can do.
Yep, I agree. So tomorrow they will take on Australia right there at the Under-19 Handball World Championships in France, and then on Monday they will take on Sweden. Good experience in the bag, good exposure. For the federation, they need to assess the team, work with the technical crew, and then see ways that some of these players can even get into the league, because the league is a good avenue to keep the process going. And we love the fact that the league at the moment, they're in 2 phases. We've done the one in Abuja, waiting for them to come to Lagos. So all of this put together, Alfred, it's geared towards the development of the sport.
A good one. And if you look at even the numbers, against France, the host was a blowout.
Yeah.
Subsequently, the numbers are rising, the deficits are coming down, and it just tells you that this is work in progress. The Abuja leg of the championship has been played. We hope to see that of the Lagos. What it does is that the exposure, the very media exposure that these guys get, playing this sport, and young people taking to the sport, understanding that everybody cannot play football. This is one that where of course, it presents its own opportunity. Whether I like it or not, there are players who play abroad, for handball teams around the world, and it's something that you can really exploit.
I agree. I totally agree. So from handball to volleyball, yes, it's sports tonight on Channels Television. We don't just talk football. Let me give you the 5 results from the Volleyball Premier League. Yes, there's a Premier League for volleyball in Nigeria. There's a league for handball also. So when you start following those leagues, then you know the players, you know the coaches, you can be able to assess the progress of the sport and what the federation is actually doing. Let's run through the 5 results for the men. Nigeria Customs defeated UCAM by 3-0, 25-19, 25-23, and 25-13. Nigeria Police defeated Plateau Rocks 25-27, 25-19, 25-19. So it was a flawless victory for Nigeria Police. NSCDC also did the same to Famous Spikers 25-9, 25-11, and 25-22. So Famous Spikers tried to fight in the final period, but it was just too late for them. They lost that one. Let's run through the women. Nigeria Immigrations defeated Benue Queens 3-0, 25-18, 25-9, and 25-19. Akada Emeralds defeated Delta Force 3-0 same. It was a blowout result at day 5 of the Volleyball Premier League. NSCDC defeated Kwa Spikers 25-14, 25-20, and 25-11. Let's run through the 6 fixtures for the men. Famous Spikers will go against Nigeria Police. Nigeria Immigrations will play UCAM, while Kano Pillars will take on Plateau Rocks. For the women, day 6 fixtures. Nigeria Immigrations will play Kada Emeralds, while Kwa Spikers will take on Benue Queens. Alfred, I love this so much because this gives us an opportunity to not just know and see volleyball. I remember the last time we talked, we said that volleyball has got some following. It is when you have a structure as this, the league, that is going to gain more followership.
And they're doing very well. Special thanks to all of the paramilitary organizations, military and paramilitary organizations, NSCDC, Nigerian Police, Chief of Army Staff Team, all in immigrations. These are military and paramilitary organizations giving that platform where teams, officers, and it's part of the Keep Fit regimen, and they are doing very well in all of it. I wanted to see it go beyond the paramilitary and having volleyball clubs, having states come out to say, okay, you know what, we want to encourage the sport of volleyball, we want to start from the grassroots, building from the bottom of grassroots volleyball program, take it to schools so that, you don't have to wait until you're in any of the services, for you to play the sport. I just wanted to evolve that way. But it's nice that they have a league, and it's thriving. I can tell you that the followership in that league is huge.
Right. So that's it, because volleyball has got some good following in Nigeria. The NYSC scheme, volleyball is actually
football.
Volleyball. Yeah, so you see for volleyball, the ladies come out big time for it. So the federation can actually go to some camps and see if they can promote.
Also, you'll be shocked that some of the girls that play camp, that's the first time they
even play.
This
I know, but we can really do a lot for the development of the sport. Let's go to Egypt, find out what's going on. At final of the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations is still Algeria 1, Senegal 0. But it was a massive chance for Senegal, but they didn't take it.
It will come. It will come. I'm just wondering, is this going to be like the Nigeria versus Tunisia game, third place match? You score very early.
In the second minute.
You hold it to the final. The Algerians are doing a fantastic job of this. Less than 6 minutes to go, regulation time. Speaking about time, Senegal, like you said the other time, this is the time to score. If you can't score now to force it to extra time, it becomes a bit more difficult. Now, KG, the Algerians, you expect them to sit back now and wait.
But they should be careful because it's
be careful all game long.
You can't blink now because if you blink, they know what happened to Nigeria. It was against Algeria, so they wouldn't blink. Let's go on this final break. When we come back, I'll let you know what's going on with the D Tigers as they prepare for the World Cup. And, of course, tell you what's going on in the Nigeria National League. That's when we return. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.